Yo, what's going on, people? It's your man, the YB. Once again, big shout out to my dog, Martin Skirsis, for coming through and boosting up the coin. So, the light skinned prophet, Moses Itauma, is on Usyk's ass, man. There's no coincidence, folks. Oh, YB, you on the Itauma bandwagon now? Listen, man. He's too big, he's too strong. Yeah, he's too young, he's too quick. Shout out to the cat in the comments. This is a crazy amalgamation we got right here now. He's not just too big, too strong. He's too big, too strong, and he's too young, too quick. Usyk won't see it coming. Yeah, and I got a Patreon video coming soon. I watched this back. This is highlights from the Dillian White fight. This video here. Chronicles of Riddick. Riddick fights Lord Marshall. You can just see him here, look. This is Dillian White versus Moses Itauma. Again, shout out to the cat in the comments who put me onto this one here. This is Moses Itauma here. Yeah. We should have known it was scripted by Hollywood. This is exactly what it looked like. Look, I can't play the footage, obviously. It's a moody Kabbalah film. But look, let me see if I can catch him shifting timelines. Come on, man. Where's the shifting? You gotta watch this yourself if you don't believe me. Type it in. Can't even find a shape-shifting part, man. But this is the thing here, end of the day. Where's the shape-shifting? Come on. You're never going to see it on a freeze frame, are you? I don't think. But look, end of the day. Look, it just materialises. Yeah? This cat here, he materialise. Bottom line. He everywhere. He on this. Look, here we go. This is it. This is it. This is Moses Itauma versus Dillian White. The leaked script. Look. You see him? He's here, yeah? Dillian's looking over there. Man, that Kabbalah vape killing man slowly, for real. Killing these soft, light-skinned lungs, man. One puff at a time. There's no doubt about that. But look, listen. That's Lord Marshall right there. That's Dillian White. Dillian White. Didn't see it coming. Look, watch Moses Itauma here. Look, this is Moses Itauma, and that's Dillian White. Yeah, watch this one here. Look, watch. Look, he's shifting. He's shifting on his ass. Yeah, he's shifting. He all over him. Oh no, not Dillian. Don't do Dillian this way. Bosh. Dillian did wrong, man. How they gonna do Dillian like that, man? How they gonna do Dillian like that? That is Moses Itauma. He's not. Listen, man. We observe the light-skinned prophet in this three-dimensional plane. Yeah? We observe him. When you're in the ring with him and the bell goes, it's modern science. Can't explain what we're observing here. I'm just going to be honest. I'm not even blowing smoke. Yeah? Because even when I was riding Daniel Dubois, even when I was riding Minimus Duquitius, no goodius, yeah, Dubois, I never said he was shapeshifting. I never said he was moving in multi-dimensional planes. I never told you that, man. He's a big stiff idiot. And that was the thing. He was a big stiff idiot. He was supposed to go in there. Even listen, I like Caballero, but I wouldn't say he's moving in the fourth and fifth dimension. I've never said that. I'm telling you, I see something. Yeah, I see something in Moses Itauma. He's the light-skinned prophet. I'm putting it out there right now. Took me a while, but I'm not a bandwagon guy. You on the bandwagon? If I was on the bandwagon, I would have been sucking him off when he fought the rugby player. Yeah, I'm getting on the bandwagon right now, today, 18th of August. He's too big, he's too strong, and he's too young, he's too quick. What they can do? Usyk looks good, yeah, with proper big and stiff Benidorm expat idiots and bodybuilders. AJ, bodybuilder, GQ model. Fury, Benidorm, me an expat. Dubois, Brazilian brasser. That's his niche, man. Yeah. Daniel Dubois should be on brazzers somewhere, really. If I'm honest, not in a boxing ring. He'd do well on brazzers. Yeah. That's where he'd do well on. Honestly, if you picked a craft for him, boxing or brazzers, you'd go with brazzers every time. Honestly, if we're not being biased, he can't box. He's too stiff. Yeah, he doesn't get what he's doing. Every time he comes in, I said this before the fight, it winds me up. Don Charles talking too much. Your man's gappy down the middle, man. He's got no frame. Hold your base, yeah? McSniff told you about this years ago. He ain't got no base, man. Get him out of here. Big stiff idiot. Lost my money as well. I think I went down 130 large that weekend too. It's taking the piss, man. Get him out of here. Yeah? Brazilian brass fiend looking ass. Get him out. Itauma's in. What's Usyk gonna do, honestly? What? Again? Because he punched a bunch of big stiff idiots. What's that mean? Itauma's not... He ain't playing, man. He's too quick. That's... Whatever you listen. Has Itauma got gas? We don't know. You don't even need to know about his chin. Usyk can't punch. Sorry. If he could, Fury would have been out flat. AJ would have been out flat. And I think that was the better Usyk we've seen. People are saying Usyk's getting better. Okay, if you say so. If you say so, I think the speed. Usyk's been redlining against plumbers. Fury and AJ would never, and Dubois would never be in the test of time. No one would ever consider them. Sorry. Unless you're new age and you've been caught up in this Instagram sexualization. Oh, AJ would be in any era. AJ wouldn't even be a... I told you before, Tyson Fury is like Sammy Scarf. Honestly. They're about the same level. I'm not even playing. That would be the level. If Tyson Fury was fighting Mike Tyson, or any of them, man, in 1985 or whenever it was, he'd have been exactly like Sammy Scarf. Fish food, build a fish food, circus act. Oh, look, there's a big stiff idiot. Get him in there and let Mike have a go on him. That's how it would have gone. No doubt, honestly. I'm not even just being hyperbolic here. That would have been his role. Sammy Scarf. Maybe a bit better, 20% better, but it wouldn't have been Fury's in there having a tuggle. He went life and death with a basketball player in the first fight and the third fight. You joking? Wilder's useless as well. This isn't me trying to, again, be hyperbolic. I'm just being honest. And Usyk's been redlining against these, man. He took everything about him to last with Mr. Benidorm, 290 pounds, slow as molasses, no gas, no intent, old and finished, no ambition. Itauma. Yeah. Usyk won't know what's going on. He's got used to fighting these big, slow heavyweights. When you got some people talk about Japa Stinker. No, he can't punch. Japa Stinker can't punch. Itauma can punch. And he don't just punch. He don't come in there brawling, punching. He's stabbing you. And the foot's going to be moving. It'll be a great battle, actually, if I'm honest. It's the one we need to see, really. Because I don't see... Look, Itauma will catch Bacoli the same way Parker did. Exactly the same shot will catch him. Fit or not. Itauma will feint. In fact, Itauma's even quicker and even more powerful. He'll feint and then bosh and he'll hit him right on the top of his head. We know Itauma likes that as well. And Bacoli this time will be flat out, though, is my base case. He'll be flat out. Beep! Proper flat line. Not like Parker did. Parker can't punch like that. Sorry. Bacoli made him look like he could punch, but he can't punch like that. Itauma will proper flat line Bacoli. Is my base case. Okay? What else you got? The Caballero fight's interesting. But yeah, the Usyk one, that's what we're talking about today. I've already waffled on for a hot minute. Let's get to the bars from the light-skinned prophet. Bosh.
Sorry. Colin.
What's happening?
Just a reaction to a stunning win for you tonight.
When everybody thought I was going to do it, so where's the joy for me?
I'll just ask you one more question.
So Itauma says here, everyone knew I was going to do it, so where's the joy for me? Now that's an important quote to note when we get into the next one.
You know what I'm going to ask you. Turkey's put out that he wants to see you fight Alexander Usyk next. Reaction to that?
I want to do it as well, but it's not in my hands, is it?
Would you fight him?
Of course.
Yeah.
Man.
Right, appreciate your time. Thank you.
So Itauma says there, I completely forgot the first part. What was the first part? Wait a minute. I completely forgot, man. I was too busy trying to suckle on this, to be tell the truth.
Thought I was going to do it, so where's the joy for me?
Everyone thought I was going to do it, so where's the joy for me? Now that implies he's kind of getting a bit tired now of being a favourite. And we have to note here, Itauma isn't a normal heavyweight. Sparring stories we normally discount. But that said, Dillian White even mentioned, I spoke to Moses about 6 months ago and he was telling me he's just knocking everyone out in sparring. Yeah? Plus we know he's been drafted in since he was 15, 16 for professional world championship level sparring at 15. That is not normal. Yeah, we heard the story of Dubois, I think, when he was 20 odd, clipping AJ. That's a completely different ball game though. 15-year-old. What was you doing at 15? Never mind sparring every world championship. Okoli said he got the work from Itauma. Joe Joyce was sparring Itauma. You don't bring a 15-year-old in unless it's like, whoa, he give me proper work. You see that one there? So he's young, but he's old young. Do you understand? He's old young, and he's telling you, I've been punching up the best there is to offer for the last 5 years, and now I'm in the ring, and he can't get no work in sparring, allegedly. He's knocking everyone's head off. So you get the feeling now that, imagine that, you're knocking everyone's head off in sparring, you can't get no sparring work. Normally, sparring is what they say is harder than the camp, and that's what, if your fights go early, well, you've got good work in sparring, but you knocked everyone out in sparring. You're knocking everyone out in the first round in a fight. He's probably sitting there thinking, I'm not really getting to show much. Now, we'll find out how much he wants to show something when the fights go a bit longer. But until that point, I can get why he's saying, essentially, there's no joy for me in this. You might as well give me Usyk now. Now, the question is Usyk a step far? Now, I've already said my position on this. Itauma wants it, and I wouldn't mind, actually. Listen, Moses, man. Yeah, let me put you on with some bars, okay? I wouldn't mind Itauma being a bit more red hot. He says, yeah, I want the Usyk fight, but it's not up to me. I'd say, listen, you see you old man, you're getting it. Never mind who can make it happen, you're getting it. You don't want this. You better stay injured and stay retired. Yeah? Because you are the British bum slayer. You're not the light-skinned prophet slayer. I ain't no British big stiff idiot Benidorm bum like the rest of them you punched up. You're getting it. And you know it. That's why you faked an injury now and you're running off somewhere. Back in Spain or Portugal, wherever you hiding that from the draft. Oops. My bad. Well, you want to do something? Come do something, man. If you don't like the fact I said you dodged the draft, man, come get some. That's what I'd say. Straight up, if I was Moses Tower, I'd put it straight on that dude, man. I'll put it straight on him. And what you can do? Come do something. Oh, you injured. Oh, you old. Oh, you retiring. He don't want none. Belt to arse. That's the kind of bars I put on you. So I ain't here to make no friends. Oh, you a statesman. I ain't here to make friends, man. I'm here to do that old man's serious arm and send him on his way, man. Back to Portugal. To continue evading the draft. Simple as that. Those are the bars, man. Yeah, no new friends. This heavyweight division. Fury's kind of half there with the bars, but again, you don't believe it. He can't punch. He ain't that good. Fury ain't that good. Sorry. He got a lot of height, but he ain't that good. Fury would go life and death with Dempsey McKean. He would go life and death with Dempsey McKean. The same way he went life and death with Otto Waller, and he'd go life and death with Dempsey McKean. And he was going life and death with Dillian until that shot landed. Them first 6 rounds stunk. He wasn't all over Dillian. And people can argue that Dillian was a shot. I think this Dillian was better than that one. That one sucked really bad. This one came in with ambition until he got knocked out of him. You understand? So I wouldn't mind seeing some more X-ratedness from Itauma. I get it. Again, Usyk's the statesman, but we're here to fight. Yeah? Unless you're trying to blow him. That's, you know what I mean? That's my base case is. Unless I'm trying to blow a dude, we ain't got to be friends. I ain't got to be like kind of humble, like, oh, if it's my time and it's not up to me. Yeah? I'll be saying, listen, it better not be up to me. Yeah, Usyk doesn't want it up to me. That's what he doesn't want. Yeah, he best stays hiding out and hiding somewhere. Because if he was up to me, he'd be getting it. You see what I mean? Moses is a bit too hands off. And I get it. I'm not the one who's got to fight. I can talk shit, right? But I ain't got to get in there and fight, dude. But that said, if you're going to fight, you might as well. And there's no downside, really, in my opinion, to shit talk. Because if you lose and you've been humble, people will still clown your ass. It don't really matter. And I think as a young up-and-coming guy, doing what he's doing, you might as well start feeling yourself, particularly to push a fight. We know Usyk is susceptible to some extent. Yeah? At the end of the day, people were slagging Dubois off. Oh, Dubois. Yeah, he shouldn't have got in the ring. He should have sucked Usyk off. Listen, Dubois is an idiot. He's no good. But still, he got in the ring. That's what he's supposed to do. You don't try to make friends. Yeah? And that encouraged Usyk to come up and turn up in his best form and to fight Dubois. Albeit Dubois did have a belt, which is more on offer than Moses has. But Turkey, he won that fight. And if Turkey got the shmoney up, And Usyk believes he's that guy. And this is probably the right time to get a Itauma. You wouldn't want to wait another year or two if you're Usyk, would you? Even though, logically, that is probably... If I'm a Moses Itauma fan, I said yesterday, I probably think he should get a mid-level fight, Jerome Miller, Jermaine Franklin. I think a Hrgovic would be probably better. Franklin and Miller won't tell you nothing about Usyk. Neither will Hrgovic, but Hrgovic, you'd say Hrgovic's style is closer than Miller's and Jermaine Franklin's. Hrgovic will be putting volume out. But he's not like Usyk, but you get the point. I'd say Hrgovic is no doubt closer to Usyk than Miller and Franklin are absolutely nothing alike. Forget about that. They might give you rounds, but it's not going to be the rounds you want. Hrgovic's hands are quick. He can't punch. Similar to Usyk. Can't punch, but got pretty quick hands. His feet are slow, though. But he can slide in and slide out. Not like Usyk does, but you get the point. Hrgovic... And there's more at stake there as well. Hrgovic is on a bit of a run. Franklin, we don't know what he's doing. Miller, I don't know what he's doing. The Hrgovic fight kind of makes sense in my book. Next. And then, yeah, I mean, listen, Turkey will do what he wants to do. If he wants to push for it, that's what will be happening. Because Turkey's already said, I don't want the Parker fight. So Usyk will have a choice to fight Parker or... for peanuts, basically, relatively, or fight Itauma. The question is what Turkey's saying the right thing to do? People are arguing, well, if he loses to Usyk, then he hasn't lost nothing. And if he wins, he's gained it all. And I'm trying to think now. Listen. It's better to have experience than to not have experience. That said, categorically, you can get fit enough for a 12-round fight without having done one. Because people train for 12-round fights all the time. Yeah. What would you learn from a fight? It's more about energy management, I guess, right? You learn that for the next one, so you pace yourself a bit more. But you could, in theory, have that discipline in your mind. I don't think... Itauma's not like someone like Ben Whittaker. Yeah? Whittaker got in there, and look what he did with Cameron. Left, right, left, right. Itauma, he's more concise, composed. Doesn't mean he won't be blowing. But he has a look. His jab's going. All fighters slow down. Usyk slows down when he's fighting Big Benadorm. Fact. I thought that in both fights towards the end. Fury fell off bigly, yeah, but Usyk didn't really set a standard like we've normally seen him. When you think about the Tony Bellew fight. With Tony Bellew, he was barely getting going. He was literally at a canter. And he turned it up. I haven't seen Usyk turn it up since AJ1, really. AJ2, okay. Fury 1 and 2, I haven't seen him go another level and show another level. He won them fights and they were 8-4 type fights with close rounds in there type thing. It wasn't levels there. And as a 20-year-old man versus a 38-year-old, you almost do have to roll the dice. Unless the best thing would be to happen, Frank Warren sits there and plots it through with Turkey and says, Turkey, do this Parker fight with Usyk and then Bosch. Because I think Usyk will beat Parker. And then Bosch. We'll fight Hrgovic. But listen, we'll fight Hrgovic in December. Or someone like that in December. Because Usyk's going to be out now anyway. He might not fight Parker until March. So they could try and book this in here for September 26. Get a timer out in December. Get him out in March. What southpaws could you find? There's no one really. I'm trying to think. There's no southpaws. Wallin, he's useless, man. But listen, Itauma could be doing a Bum of the Month campaign, to be fair. He wants experience. That has been a criticism of Itauma for the last X amount of time. The criticism has been he's getting these guys out of there, but there's no reason Itauma in my book. They say, he needs to rest. Okay, have a week or two, bro. Tops. I'm not even sure about that. Take a week off, man. Take a week off and get in there with Wallin in October. Straight up. Yeah? You're not a pay-per-view star yet. The plan should be we're fighting Usyk in Q4 25. And hence, everything we're doing is preparing for that. Yeah? You can have 6 months off after you've knocked Usyk out, for example. And then you can get into your fighting every 6 months arc. Do you understand? But in the meantime, the next year needs to be bang on it. Yeah, short fight camps, 6-8 week camps, and we're fighting every time. 6-8 week camp from now, October, end of October, we're fighting Wallin. Get him in there, knock his ass out. Then we'll have a go on Franklin or Hrgovic. Hrgovic is cut, so he's not going to be ready till... Maybe that's the fight you do in March. You do Wallin in October. What's that cat's name? Franklin or someone like that in end of December. And then Hrgovic in March, April. And then you have a normal rest. And Bosch, you fight Usyk in September or something like that. It needs to be like that, man. I feel like Frank Warren, they're treating this cat like he's a pay-per-view star and a champion already. It's like a 6-month turnaround. Although you can argue he did fight in the end of... He only fought 2 months ago. So that's the first time I've seen him fight 2 months back to back. And the level of competition was a bit off. That rugby player shouldn't have been in there. But there's no reason he shouldn't continue. Man, you threw about 10 punches in there and knocked him out. There's no reason Itauma shouldn't be out in October. I'm not a fan of this have a rest business. Is he injured? Is his hands hurt? How was Mike Tyson doing it though? That's what I don't understand. Yeah, Mike Tyson, I think he fought early on. He was fighting every month. So how did he do it? How was his hands not hurt? And I think the gloves have got bigger these days as well. Them gloves, man, they used to look small back in the 80s. I'm sure they did. Especially when you bear in mind that the fighters these days are bigger. The gloves should look even smaller. Them gloves here, back in them old school gloves, they look tiny, man. So how was Mike not hands all bust up? They've got to keep this guy going, man. Because you can't be having one round and then 6 months off. And then another one round. Until he finds his level. Let's say, for argument's sake, he went 12 rounds of Jerome Miller or Franklin. Okay, now we can take a step back now. We've had a hard fight. But until then, get Wallin in there. Itauma will get Wallin out of there quick. I'm talking about round or 2. Yeah. And then Franklin should be more durable, but who knows when them shots start landing at the back of the head. Anyway, we got some more quotes here from... Whoa, that's no good. Come on, man. Come on, man. Oh, they're gonna clip me. I'm clipped.
To say a big thank you to the Saudi crowd.
Who do you want next, Moses? The world's your oyster right now. Who do you want to fight next?
Honestly, I would fight anyone they put in front of me. So you shout a couple names out and I'm there.
Can I say a couple of names to you?
Usyk, he's not shouting Usyk.
There's a few saying Usyk.
Listen. If I be completely honest, Joseph Parker and Caballero do deserve the shot, but I'd love to take the opportunity as well. Chuck me in there with them lot.
Okay, so he says here, again, a little bit too humble for me now. Because I'm on the bandwagon, I'm not trying to hear all that, listen, man. Yeah, this world is mine. I'm the light-skinned prophet. And whoever wants it is getting it. And even if they don't want it, they're getting it the same way. I'm in their nightmares. I'm in their dreams, man. You see that one there? That's what you say. It's all mine. I'm taking it all before everyone. Yeah, never mind no Joseph Parker. He can't punch. He's had his shot. He's washed up. Yeah, but if he wants me to have a go on him and take his shot from him, I'll fight him in. Get him in here. September 30th, man. Put me on the Crawford vs. Canelo card. Put me on that card right now, me and Parker right now. Let's fight for that spot, see who won it. And I think Parker would, obviously I'm being facetious with the September, but I think Parker, if Parker's already said he'll take that, if the money's there. I think the Parker fight's tricky, but that, again, Parker might be he's not a southpaw, but the speed, the movement, that might be a good bridger for a Usyk fight. If you can't beat Parker, in my book, if you can't beat Parker, you're not beating Usyk at the end of the day. You should be able to. And as a southpaw, it's your advantage that you're fighting an orthodox. So you should be able to figure him out. Parker. Is that, if you're going to risk it all though, you're going to risk it all for Usyk? I'm not sure. If you're going to fight Parker, well, Usyk's injured though. Yeah, Usyk's injured and Parker wants to fight. I guess the argument is if you're going to gamble, you'll gamble for undisputed. You might not necessarily gamble for a Parker fight, and if you were to lose that would stink, honestly. Would he lose it though? It's an intriguing fight. Who wins there? Well, I'm going with Itauma, full stop. He's been sent by the gods. He's been sent by the light-skinned gods, man, to forgive us of our Babylonian sins. He's been sent by the gods, honestly. We've been down for too long, man. Look at David Hay, man. He was no good. David Hay was no good. He was no good, man. Fucking idiot, man. David Hay came out and said, yeah, I got this fight. The White versus Town was going to be like me versus Carl Thompson. David Hay picked Dillian. This is wicked, man. What are they doing to us, man? But Town was the prophet. He punched Parker up. Parker got weighed in by Joe Joyce. Slow Joyce, man. He got weighed in. Was he sick? Was he not sick? He went... Listen, man. Parker went life and death with Zhang. 4 rounds of gas Zhang. Went life and death with him. And whatever you say about Joseph Parker's renaissance period that he's in now, he's been chinny still. Because Zhang's put him down twice. So you can hit him. Zhang's a southpaw with no gas. So if you hit him, he goes down. Can he be knocked out? Parker knocked him out. Joyce knocked him out. Dillian White put him down. You can say Parker's levelled up since then, but alright. I got Itauma. The speed as well. I don't think... The speed of it is going to be tricky for anyone to deal with, honestly. Because Parker's used to being the guy who's quick. He got away with that Zhang fight because he was the quick one. But Itauma doesn't have the seasoning necessarily, the composure that Zhang might have. But Zhang don't have no gas at all. And Parker couldn't finish Zhang with no gas. He's got no gas whatsoever. Absolutely no gas. Zhang almost lost to some journeyman. I think he got a draw with him. Went life and death in there. Puffing. Swear down, he was puffing. Parker went life and death with him, man. What other good win has Parker got? Wilder, I don't count that. Wilder's been finished. I don't think it was any good. I think Parker would have done that to him even in Wilder's heyday. Never rated Wilder like that. Fury made a meal of it the first time because his chin's suspect. I think Parker would have, honestly, in Wilder's prime, Parker would have done a similar thing. Is my base case. And you got Bacoli, which how much is that worth? That's what Parker should do. Parker should really do the Bacoli rematch. That would be honourable. Anyway, we've got one more quote from the light-skinned prophet here. Oh, come on, bro.
But Joseph Parker, Cabello, Usyk are good names. And but I know the team want me to get rounds before I get to that name. So someone like I know it's a bit boring, but no, Franklin. Hrgovic is a good name as well. So Hrgovic, Usyk, Joe Parker, and what's the last name? Cabello. But like I said, boring answer. Probably want to get Jermaine Franklin up only because he'll give me some round.
So there you go. The Cabello fight, forget about that. The only reason you want Parker potentially now is because you jump into his spot. If Usyk's injured, jump into his spot. But we know, I wouldn't be surprised if Usyk's being political and saying he's got an injury to delay the purse bids or whatever, so that he can wait and see what Turkey's going to offer for Itauma. That wouldn't shock me. And if anything, it's not you don't necessarily need to fight Usyk for undisputed. I don't think it's relevant at all. They could take the WBO belt. Itauma's so young. Let Parker have the belt. It adds to your glory. You beat Usyk potentially, and then you reunify with Parker. And I'm pretty sure Usyk was happy for that as well. He probably prefers to fight Parker for undisputed again, for whatever that means. I never really got that. You lose a belt and then I'm 10 times undisputed. But for whatever, Usyk seems to like doing it. So what have they got? Hrgovic? No, not Cabello. Not Cabello now. I think that's a tough fight. A grueling fight. He'll be there to be hit though. His defense is tight, but that'll be hard. Parker could be Parker wasn't hard for Zhang though, with no gas, right? It wasn't a grueling fight for Zhang. It wasn't a grueling fight for Wilder either. I thought Wilder did all right in that. He lost here, but it wasn't like, whoa, he's had the breaks beat off him. Parker can't punch. It's only the Bacoli fight. You have to believe now that Andy Lee's he's got Parker punching now. Okay, if you say so. I'm not convinced. I think Bacoli had done no training. Even though I don't understand neurologically why that would make a difference to being knocked out. But he would have got knocked out later on probably. He got tired and whatever else. But yeah, Parker weren't a grueling fight. Caballero could be grueling. That could be really hard work. Because he's shown that, right? He stopped Zhang in half a fight, 5.5 rounds. He stopped soft body Sanchez. He stopped Anslecki and Van der Aal, Makhmudov on a crazy streak. Parker's on a stinker streak, plus the 10 hours notice Martin Bacoli wearing Daniel Dubois' gloves. It's got an asterisk, big asterisk there. So Parker's a safer fight, and it leads more directly to Usyk. Again, no. I don't know what they're going to do. Frank Warren's not stupid. We do know they like name recognition. They like putting their man's name in the name with the guy who's on top right now. So most likely, I think they're going to go with Franklin. They've already signalled it. But Turkey, listen, man, if Turkey wants it, he wants it. I just think it makes more sense. Q4 26. Usyk will be another year older. And if Itauma does it right, now if Itauma's in Zante with a bunch of white girls partying up, then he might as well fight Usyk because he's going to piss me off. If I see videos of him in Zante, he's going to wind me up. So you might as well get in there right now with Usyk. But if he's going to lock in and do a bum of the bi-monthly, October, December, February, April. If you're going to have 3 or 4 fights between now and April, and then fight Usyk in Q4, go for it. Don't let me see you booking a Franklin fight for like June 25. Don't let me see June 26. Don't let me see you do that, man. You're going to wind me up bigly. Stay active whilst you're just splattering people. Super active. Clean up all them mid-level type dudes. Clean them up if you can do it. Anyway, let me know your thoughts, people. Smash the like button, subscribe, like the bell, 100%. There's no doubt about this, and people stop it. Bosh.